Untouchability is an unwanted element in our society. There is no denial to it. I would rather say there used to be the notion of untouchability maybe 50 years ago. Only a few villages can be seen practicing it. But untouchability has always been associated with the Hindu Dharma since the colonial period. The Vedic Samhitas do not contain any reference to untouchability. Vedic Hinduism, at least, could exist without untouchability. Hinduism was not merely a social system but, among other things, also a spiritual system. Untouchability has been outlawed in 1950, and even before that, it was losing ground. Reformers like Swami Vivekanand, like Gandhiji, like Narayan Guru had no difficulty in showing that untouchability had no sanction in our scriptures. That, on the contrary, the conclusive doctrinal argument lay in the central proposition of the scriptures themselves, namely that all was Brahman, that the same soul inherited in all. The entire long history of the religion showed that it was uniquely receptive to new ideas, that it was uniquely responsive to reforms, that it was adaptable as no other religion was, and therefore there was no reason to believe that it would not reform itself out of this evil also. It is important to note that the problems of caste and untouchability also exist in other faiths such as Islam and Christianity in India. Even after converting Dalits, they are referred to as Dalit Christians or Dalit Muslims and are often considered as outsiders. Now, talking about the solution, we can compare a spiritual approach to a political approach. Narayan Guru, who in the early 20th century, as a member of the unapproachable Ezhava caste in Kerala, became an acknowledged religious leader and profoundly changed caste relations in Kerala for the better. He attained the highest spiritual states, thereby acquiring unquestioned authority and transformed society from within the tradition. Sages with acknowledged yogic realization in particular are above the worldly divisions such as caste. They also have the authority to herald social transformations which Hindus would never accept from purely political busybodies. Unlike secular people who were insensitive to the spiritual dimensions such as Dr. Ambedkar and Ramaswamy Naikar, Narayan Guru consistently taught against conversion. And the contrast with Ambedkar's Dalit movement persists when we study the long-term results. The legacy of Narayan Guru is a society elevated, in accord, the lowest classes educated and full of dignity and a feeling of self-worth. The legacy of Ambedkar is a bunch screaming at everybody, a bunch always demanding and denouncing, a bunch mired in self-pity and hatred, a society at war with itself.